I'm Jay Taylor. I'm the editor of a newsletter called Jay Taylor's Gold, Energy and Tech Stocks. You can subscribe to that newsletter by going to Substack. It's taylorj.substack.com. And I'm here right now at the Metals Investor Forum. It is February 28th, 2026, and I'm here with Peter Tallman. Peter Tallman is the founder and geologist of the Klondike Gold story, Klondike Gold Corp. I've been following Peter now for about 10 years in this story. Now, it was one of the situations that it's not that usual for a project that had delivered so many ounces of gold in placer gold, the great placer gold discovery of the late 1800s. And nobody really gave it any serious geological consideration or looked at it seriously until Peter came along. And so it's taken a lot longer than normal for him to find what he needed to find. He knew in his heart and in his mind and in his head that there was a lot of gold in those mountains. And now he's proving that it's true. So, Peter, thank you so much for joining me. It's great to have you.
Jay, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
And 10 years later,
Yeah.
it's still a pleasure.
Well, now it's the sweet time. So, because you've been
Yes.
successful, you've got a resource of, I can't remember exactly, 500,000 ounces, something like that.
Yes.
As just a start. But you've done a huge amount of drilling over the last couple of years. And those drill results are going to be factored into a new resource that you're going to have by the end of this year, I believe, your target. And you've learned an awful lot more about the structure, Mother Nature's secrets. Where is the gold hiding? You talk about that and talk about your plans to apply that information, that knowledge, to this year's drill program.
Well, and first, just to clarify, our resource is from drilling up to the end of 2021.
Oh, okay.
And so we're still, that's the number that's out there. It's very backward looking.
Yeah.
So we've drilled 137 drill holes since then, about 20,000 meters. So we've expanded that resource. We just haven't estimated it yet.
Okay.
So we have
You
more.
have the drilling
We have
done.
more than what we are advertising because we just don't have reports to support it. Part of that drilling, all of that drilling, of course, is going towards learning. It's been a really big 10-year-long science experiment.
Yeah.
Effectively overturning some of the geology that's portrayed even from the government mapping, and documenting a major crustal structure that is it's a major terrain boundary that is not mapped, at least conceived of.
So the government mapping, there was no government mapping of this structure. These structures.
That's correct. They actually did lithoprobe in Whitehorse, and they see that structure goes down into the Moho, and they map it about half the way up the Yukon, coming towards us, and then stop.
Oh, okay.
And it's important because that is the gold control.
Sure, of course.
The actual gold control. And so one of the other things related to that, we have two styles of gold that I now understand.
Yeah.
One is, this millimeter flake gold.
Could travel far.
Well, and has done. And that's another aspect of it. But it also it's formed in low grade. Basically, it forms along a hard rock, soft rock boundary that gets silicified and altered. And so we have been drilling, when we first started, that's what we were drilling, were these 10 to 30, 40 meter wide zones of alteration with specks of gold in it.
Yeah.
It's great. What was bugging me all this time, and the prize is, in the Klondike, 20 million ounces of gold mined from surface gravels, 12 million ounces of gold. 12 million of the 20 is these flecks. The 8 million.
Sizable.
Well, the 8 million ounces are things this size. And where are they? And that was even 2 years ago, we started specifically asking that question of, we don't see them in the stuff that we're drilling, the low grade, that we've really been exploring for. And there had to be another explanation. From the science perspective, recently, is a fellow by the name of Chris Boise at Memorial University. He's now down in Australia. He did his PhD and postdoc on documenting earthquakes and how they create gold nuggets.
Huh.
And that was part of this science puzzle. I actually know of Chris Boise. It's kind of funny. He's a Newfoundlander. Anyway, and that's got direct exploration, prospectivity, targeting
Oh.
information for us. And that said,
brand
hey,
new.
look, these, the specks of gold are one thing. The nuggets are
Coming
somewhere
somewhere
else.
else.
They're local, so
Yeah.
they're there.
They wouldn't travel that far. Because
Well,
of their
they're
size.
in the geology and in the rock.
Uh-huh.
The alteration has specks of gold overprinted by quartz veins that
They
have
have those big
clots of
things.
gold.
Ah.
And the veins, the veining themselves are in specific structural corners.
Oh.
The alteration extends for quite a long ways. So if we're going to explore for it, yes, the alteration with gold in it is good. We can continue drilling it, but we're now looking for those bends that have
Those
nuggets. And so that was, as I said in the talk this morning,
Yeah.
it's like we are now prospecting. We're, drawing up plans, looking at where should we go, and go prospecting for nuggets in outcrop, and we're finding them predictably. And that's all of this is a massive change in direction and gives Klondike Gold a whole lot of life going forward.
You said your goal is that you believe you can get there is a 2 million ounce resource by the end of this year. 500,000 ounces now, but one of the things you have going for you is your infrastructure. You're right next to Dawson City, I guess, right? And
We're in Dawson City.
You can order pizza and
yes, it's a
coffee and
it's literally a 20-minute
commute. Okay,
to the drill.
all right. So there's another project that I won't name in the area that has a huge market cap right now, and they're getting a lot of it, and they have enormous problems or issues that are going to have to deal with infrastructure issues, right? That you don't have. I think that maybe the market's overlooking your story to a great extent because of the disparity between what you have and what they have. Of course, they have 3 million ounces or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's certainly something, and got to credit them for that. But if you can get to the 2 million mark this year, and then you have all these other nugget things that you're looking at, that's a brand new breakthrough, essentially. Then you can see the potential of something much bigger than 2 million ounces. And you're still just really talking about a small area of your huge project, right?
Well, all of that. So the original conception was we're missing 50 million ounces.
Yeah.
That was the investment rationale 10 years ago. Where is that? There has to be gold there. There's none. And apparently, the wisdom was it's all eroded away and there's no prospectivity. So why would anyone go look? Well, we brought that 50 million ounce concept well into it's real. And now we can start targeting stuff. So the first proof of that is going to be somewhere around, at the end of this year. By the time we publish it, it'll be February of 2027.
Yeah.
By the time we get assays, get it written,
Yeah.
it'll be released ideally before PAC. We're going to take all the 4 or 5 years of drilling that hasn't already been incorporated, and also we're going to drill as much as we possibly can this year, for sure, 8,000 meters right off the bat, and then another tranche after. Take that, compile it. The number is, like I said, 500,000 ounces or so is already backward looking. We have more, just don't really know the total, but I'm pretty confident we can ideally get to 2 million ounces. Internally, for me, that's at 2 million ounces, a 10-year mine life with a 200,000 ounce a year producer is something that mid-tiers and majors want. Yeah. This is what they want right now, and in this market, that's very valuable. And that project you're alluding to, which currently has a $1.2 billion market cap, would have about the same gold endowment as us if we get to this resource benchmark. So I'm a year away from that, and our share price, and we're at currently share price today a 60 million market cap, not a 1.2 billion market cap. So there's lots of room
Yeah.
from an investor for appreciation in Klondike Gold shares.
Well, it's been a long time coming, Peter, as you know, more painfully than I even. But it required a lot of science, a lot of geology, and a lot of
Persistence.
persistence and
That's what
and patience and
Yeah.
a willingness not to give up. So kudos to you because you've really done great, and we're looking forward. The share price is just starting to move, I notice. So people may not want to just hang around. They might want to keep an eye on what's going on in drill results this year. I think any news that comes out of there should be very positive, I think. So looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.